Okay.
Okay, today let's talk about what makes a successful and sustainable urban community. I believe food and biotech can be an important factor in this question, and what I mean by biotechnology is we can combine natural science and engineering science to provide more products or services to people, because I believe improving the quality of life of people can facilitate the growth of a society and making a better community. Do you have any thoughts on this?
Yes, one of the problems is the food waste problem, because about 6 to 10% of global gas emitted is formed by food waste problems. And how due to solve the food waste problems, and food waste are get into the drain and get into the landfill, and which will release the global gas or greenhouse gas such as methane and carbon dioxide.
For example, how can you get those food waste into landfill and what will it benefits?
Yes. For example, food waste will to form the biogas, and which is the renewable energies, and those renewable energies can get into some electrical energies, and such as transportations and consumptions.
And do food waste getting to landfill benefit those like vegetables to make it grow better?
Oh, yes. And I think, for example, biogas can to get the nutrition in the soil, and so that the food will go better and have more nutrition.
Yeah.
Yes.
And from my perspective, our community can also deal with problems like we can collect those food waste and deliver them to someone who is in need, which can both tackle with the food waste problem. Not only tackle with the food waste problem, it can also tackle with food shortage. Like some people do not have enough food to eat, and some families even can't afford this. And on the other hand, we can also reduce food waste from its source. Like I've heard that China previously organized an activity called clean your plate, which means it is advised that people who are eating in the restaurant or in the school hall is advised to finish the food in their plate to reduce food waste and improve public's awareness of treasure food and make better use of it. So since I've mentioned the connection between food waste and food shortage, do you have anything to share with that, Paolo?
Okay, I will add 2 ways to solve this problem. The first way is we can use the digital technology to address the food waste, and this can support creation of the more sustainable food system while addressing the climate crisis and hunger. And example, it includes use to technology to measure the food freshness, extend shelf life, and more attractivity process foods that is the nearest is the expression data. And the second way, it should.
So what technology can you use to tackle this problem?
Probably we can use the computer and artificial intelligence to do it and keep the
yeah.
And I will go to the next part.
Yes, I think as policies, you can get used to between the food waste and food shortage, and because those.
Wait. So, but the, sorry, let me finish it. And food shortage, it have the another ways I will be added. So the second ways it should be the policies and regulations.
Yes.
The governments can develop the regulations to reduce the food waste and address the hunger. The-
Like working government to do.
The example like the France.
Yeah.
In 2016, the French government banned the supermarket food and restaurants. It will be food waste against the backdrop of the shocking demand from the food bank of the other places. And the French law required the supermarket to denote edible food to cherish rather than the throw it away.
Oh yes, I agree with you because we can get used to between the food waste and food shortage, and because those problems involved by the people and people, if the government can give the policy to people and people will be aware of the problems and to release or to reduce the amount of food waste. Yes.
Yeah, as Havoc and Kiki have mentioned the problem of food shortage, I believe using biotechnology can solve this problem. For example, we can make genetic modified food, so-called GM food, and so we can modify the food into like pest resistant, so the crops would not be eaten by the pests or insects, and it could increase the crop yield to provide more food and resources to the citizens so they can obtain more nutrition and won't go starving. Do you have any examples or any thoughts on anything to add on?
Excuse me, like you have mentioned GM food, like genetically modified food. It seems that the society have put a lot of concern on it, like they don't think this food are healthy or it may cause some problems. So it also brings some food safety problems. Do you have anything to share with us?
Yes, I think it will to have some food safety form, as you mentioned, as Zita mentioned that we can to have some GM food and we can to get some nutrition or some vitamins into the food, but the people will be concerned that you eat toxins or another problems and which will lead into the health problems. Yes. Because here are not the organic food. Those are created by synthetic.
I think we also need some scientists to clarify that those GM food are some kind of healthier and to promote it because it can solve a lot of problems like food shortage and maybe the public's concern sometimes is not right at all. So we need someone to delete these concerns and promote it for a better future. And only also we should do more things to deal with food safety. So do you have any ways to deal with food safety?
Any ways?
Yeah.
Yes. And I think another when I talk about some food safety problem, and another food safety problem is that because the organic food is more and more expensive, and people will more willing to use the replacement of the food. Like for example, some sausage are not made by the wheat. They are made by the starch because wheat is more expensive than the starch, and those will be caused by some food safety or health problem. They may concern they are not enough nutrition. Yes, and I think if we need to tackle with those problems, and we can to increase the proper environment. For example, we can to have some cause or to have some cause in the community in each dishes, so that people can more concern those problems about this in order to prevent those some food safety problems.
I think it is also the government take a very important part in it. Like it need to make laws to restrict the like what you have mentioned, use the cheaper ones to replace those expensive ones, which means less nutrient and maybe harmful to humans. So the government should make laws to avoid this kind of things to happen from happening. And like what we have mentioned about, since we have mentioned like food safety, food shortage, food waste, anyone wants to conclude it?
Yes, in conclusion, those food waste and food shortage and food safety problems need to solved by the government. Government need to have some policies or to have some talks or to be aware of the people to make them the concern. Yes. And how about hobbies? Do you have any suggestions?
Solutions?
Maybe about the slow food waste things. Yeah, we can use the digital technologies and the government's policies and regulations to slow and it should be try to make a law that the people to allow that's the law to do some things like the denotion the food to some surveys. Yeah.
Yeah, as we have all mentioned, like food safety, food waste, and food shortage, I believe we should all prioritize the health of citizens as they made the society, and I believe having a good health and have suitable health treatment like good food and with nutrition, this make a sustainable and have a long-term success for the community.
That's the end of our presentation, or that's the end of our discussion.
We want to say this. Okay, so
Sure.
thank you very much, and this concludes the discussion.